In this lesson, we'll be talking about the importance of setting schedules and routines. Schedules and routines are extremely important to a child with autism. Your child needs to know what is coming next and to feel safe and secure in what is known in set schedules. Sudden changes can trigger a meltdown response. However, keeping with a safe and known schedule that is dependable can lead to peace. A typical child will be able to be more flexible about their schedule or a change in their routine. But a child with autism depends on a fixed schedule and routine. To make a change in their normal routine or schedule can be asking them to do something that they will not or cannot handle. For instance, if you as the mom are the one that normally wakes your child up each day, and one day you're sick, and then dad is the one taking care of them in the morning, oh my, right? Dad doesn't do it like mom. Why is dad here in my bedroom? Where's mom? A sudden change to the normal routine has occurred. So it's extremely important for a child with autism to be communicated to as soon as you know that there will be a change in their routine or schedule. If dad had to be the one to go in and wake up your child instead of mom, then dad needs to know how to communicate to your child about the change. It needs to be something like, hey buddy, mom isn't feeling very well this morning, so I'm helping her out. It's time to get up. We're going to do this together. Schedules and routines are counted on, and a change in those routines can be difficult to handle. For another example, in a school calendar year, there are certain days when students might be released from school early or not have school on a certain day for teacher in-service days where teachers are required to attend meetings for their school or district, but kids do not have school that day. Not having school on a Friday or having school end early on a Wednesday afternoon can really throw off a child with autism. Therefore, it is extremely important to communicate with your child way in advance of what changes to their schedule will be coming up. Changes in routine will happen. In the next lesson, I will talk to you more about how to communicate those changes. However, in this lesson, we'll discuss what kinds of routines and schedules your child with autism needs. There are daily schedules and routines that you can control, and these schedules and routines that you can control will help them to succeed in life. It's important to, as much as possible, stick to set routines. To start with, it's important for a child to begin their day the same way as much as possible. This will help to establish a strong foundation for each day. Each morning, your child should be woken up at the same time. Now, weekends can be different. If you don't have an early event on a Saturday and you can sleep in, by all means, sleep in. However, for the majority of the week, the same schedule should be observed. Children with autism do not like to feel rushed. It's a good idea to wake up your child 1 hour before it is time to leave the house. That's right, I said that. Wake up your child a whole hour before it's time to leave. This 1 hour gives them time to get out of bed slowly, to not feel rushed while dressing or eating breakfast. It allows them time to get their things all together and to feel prepared for the day. A typical morning breakfast would be something that does not take a long time to eat. Things like cereal or eggs and toast or muffins, frozen waffles. Whatever doesn't take very long, but is still on the healthier side. Now for midday, when children are smaller, taking a daily nap is very important. Our bodies need time to shut down and rest, especially small bodies that are still growing. Children from the age of birth until 4 years of age are developing in every way. These young bodies need the extra rest that daily naps provide. So in order for young children to thrive, they need the daily schedule and routine of taking a nap at the same time each day. For our family, 1:00 p.m. was nap time every day, which meant that I had to be home by 1 p.m. every day for that nap time. Whether we were on vacation, grocery shopping, at work, or wherever, by 1 p.m. we were at the house having an afternoon nap. This daily schedule led to less meltdowns and tantrums because our children were rested. Now, meals are another thing that should happen around the same time each day. Pick what works for you and your schedule, and then stick to that routine. 7:30 a.m. is breakfast, 12 p.m. is lunch, 5:30 p.m. is supper, whatever works for you and your schedule. Our son knew that his daily routine was going to be, so he wasn't always coming up and asking me when his next meal would be. He knew we ate lunch around noon and supper at 5:30 p.m. It was part of his daily routine, so it was expected and it was a normal part of each day. And the last thing is bedtime. Bedtime is also so important to happen at the same time each day. Bedtime should have the same routine and be at the same time each day. This again leads to a child that is well rested, which leads to better coping skills and less meltdowns. Our children went to bed at 8 p.m. every night from birth all the way through elementary school. This allowed them the 10 to 12 hours of sleep each night that their young bodies needed. However, in order for the 8 p.m. bedtime to happen, you need to set the schedule for your evening in advance. That means there was no TV after 7 o'clock p.m. At 7 p.m., it's time for baths and showers. By 7:30, toys are being put away and things are being reset for the next day. By 7:45 p.m., we would read to our boys or do a short devotional with them. And then by 8 p.m., all the kids were in bed and ready to start to fall asleep. These routines and schedules help to lead not only our son with autism to success, but also our entire family. So think about, what are your family's current routines and schedules? Do you have set meal times and bedtimes? Are you just surviving each day, or do you have a plan of how you're going to attack each day and to keep that plan the same? If you don't already have a plan for each day, it is time to establish one now. So, get to work on that, and in the next session, we'll be talking about the importance of communicating with schedules and routines.